Alright, in this clip I'm going to show you how to sew your elastic together using a zigzag stitch. So at this point you should have the one end coming out of the hole, and you should also still have the other end that you safety pinned down. Now when you remove the safety pin, you need to be careful not to lose that end of your elastic. Okay, if you lose the end, then you have to do this step again. So give it a pull. So you have two ends out. You can remove the safety pins now. So just before you sew your elastic together to hold up your shorts, what you want to do is you want to take a look and actually feel right around your shorts. And as you're feeling, you want to feel and make sure that the elastic is flat in the casing. If the elastic is twisted and you sew it in twisted, it's actually not very comfortable to wear. So if it's twisted here, what you can do, mine is flat, but if yours was twisted, you can flip the elastic over to untwist it. So once you've determined that your elastic is not twisted, what you need to do is pull it out a little bit further. Okay, at this point you can also try them on. So if you want to see how they fit, you're going to put the safety pin back in. Okay, and then what I recommend is trying them on just inside out like how they are, and holding the safety pin as you're trying them on. And if they feel relatively tight, okay, they're probably going to hold up. So let's pretend you've tried them on and you're happy with the fit. Once you're happy with the fit, you're going to overlap your elastic about 2.5 centimeters. You're going to place a pin just straight across to hold it in place. Okay, now what you're going to do, you're only going to be sewing the elastic here, so pull your elastic out. You're going to place it underneath your machine, and you're going to change your stitch width to 5 for zigzag, and then you're going to lower the presser foot on your elastic. Okay, do a couple stitches just to hold it in place, and then you can take out the pin. Now I'm going to go forward all the way to the edge. Stopping at the edge, I'm going to reverse all the way back to the other edge. I'm doing this forward-back motion until I have a good amount of zigzagging stitching completed. Okay, because remember, you should be able to pull on this tight. This is what's holding up your shorts. Okay, so 6, 7 times, however many times it takes you to ensure that you have enough to hold up your shorts. Next thing you're going to do, you're going to pull your elastic into your shorts. Okay, so it's kind of bunched, so just spread it around a bit. Okay, now you still have a hole here, and this is the hole where you inserted the elastic. You need to finish sewing that up. So you're going to change your stitch width back to 0. You're going to remove your accessory box off your machine. And then you're going to do the exact same thing you did before. You're going to take the underneath layer, place it underneath the machine, and then the top layer is going to come up on the top. Now, what I recommend, before you try to sew this, you can see that it's bunched, you put a couple pins in. So as you're pinning it, it's helpful to do this actually with a partner, okay, because the elastic bunches it in. As you pin it, you want to keep it flat. Okay, so pull it flat, get your pin in. So you probably need about 3 pins or so across. Okay, so now as we go to sew this, it needs to remain flat underneath the machine. So bottom layer gets tucked under. Okay, we're going to start to sew. We're going to overlap about 2 or 3 stitches, okay, with the original reverse stitch that we did right here. So I'm lining it up, and I'm moving my needle position dial at the top here from the center again over to the left, just like how I sewed before. Okay, so then you're going to line up your needle. Okay, so it's going directly into the original stitches. Okay, so you're going to overlap a couple stitches. As you're sewing, you're going to keep it nice and stretched out. Okay, by overlapping a couple stitches, that's essentially like reversing, so you don't need to worry about reversing as well. Although a little bit of reverse doesn't help, or a little bit of reversing won't hurt. Okay, so you're just stretching it carefully, and as you're sewing this section, you're just watching that the edge of the presser foot is following the folded edge of your fabric. Now I'm coming up to my original stitching again to finish closing my hole, so I'm going to try to line it up as best I can. Okay, use your hand wheel for the last couple stitches, and again overlap 2 or 3, 4 stitches, and stop. You're going to take it out, cut your threads, and you should have your hole sewn up. So it should look like you never had a hole.